Oh, hello there. Fancy seeing you here. Hi everybody, this is Mr. Duncan in England. How are you today? Are you okay? I hope so. Are you happy? I hope you're feeling happy today because I'm quite happy. You can't see that I'm happy, but I have a smile on my face definitely. I can guarantee right now that I am smiling at the moment. Ta-da! So here I am, live from the centre of the place in which I live, Much Wenlock. You can see behind me the old clock in the square, and I am now broadcasting live. This is no ordinary day. This is Monday, the 15th of June, when everything gets back to normal. When I say normal, I mean, well, 80% normal. And the reason why I say that is because many of the shops have reopened here in England. So across the UK, different places are reopening at different times. So, for example, here in England, many of the shops have reopened today. As you can see, it is very hard to tell whether things have changed here because everything is very quiet. It's not very noisy. Many of the shops are still closed. Can you believe it? You might notice behind me, some of the shops have reopened, but most of them are actually still closed. They are still shut. For those wondering where I am, I'm in Much Wenlock, and that is where I live. You might not be able to see me very clearly because I am in the shade. However, you can see my face now. There it is. And it is so warm. I can't believe how hot it is today. Not only that, but also I'm outside with my face mask, of course. This is something that you have to do, even though I've noticed that no one around me is wearing their face mask. No one is actually bothering. I think I am the only person who is bothering to wear his face mask today. So I'm being a very good citizen by wearing my lovely face mask, and that's what I'm doing at the moment. I might take it off in a moment because I can't actually see anything. One of the problems of wearing a mask across your face, if you wear glasses, is that eventually your glasses will steam up. And that is what is happening now. Can you see my glasses? My spectacles have started to steam up. So I hope you are good. I'm going to take this off because there is no one around. The actual place is Did you hear the crows flying over then? Yes, we might be disturbed from time to time by the birds. Hello to the live chat. I suppose I should say hello to the live stream and also all those watching on the live chat. I'm taking this off because it's really uncomfortable, to be honest. And there is no one here. This is it. This is what Much Wenlock looks like when lockdown comes to an end. Where are all the people? Where are the people? There are no people around here at all. I don't know where they are. Anyway, I hope you're doing well today. I thought I would do a live stream as things are slowly getting back to normal, whatever normal is. So the shops around here have started opening, not all of them. Some of them are still closed. Some people have decided not to open their shops just yet. And I can see why, because there aren't many people around, you see. There are very few people around. Can you see me now? Oh, that's better. I will make some adjustments. Oh yes, that's better. I think you can see me now. So that is a more pleasing view, I hope. You can see my gorgeous, my handsome face is now clear for everyone to see. Hello, Mosen. Hello also to, can I say hello to Maria? Lena is here. Nice to see you. I was just interested, you see. I was interested to find out what would happen here in Much Wenlock. This is a very small place, a very small town, and it looks as if most people have not bothered to actually open their shops. They've decided to stay closed. Oh, there are some people coming. I better put my mask on. There we go. That's better. If anyone comes past, I'm going to make sure that I put my mask on, because now you have to wear your face mask if you go into a shop. Or if you go into a bank, you have to take your mask off. It's the opposite, you see. So nowadays, if you want to rob a bank, you have to take your mask off. So here we go then, we are live now on YouTube. I hope you are having a good Monday. My Monday isn't too bad, even though it is so hot. I don't want to wear my face mask. I really don't like wearing this. If anyone comes by, I will put my face mask on. There we go. Whew. It's so unpleasant. All I can say is I really do sympathise with anyone who lives in a very hot country and they have to wear a face mask. That's all I can say. You have my complete and utter sympathy. By the way, we still have social distancing here as well. It's worth remembering. Let me just show you. I am very aware that we have to still keep our social distance from each other. So I have my tape measure here to make sure that I don't get too close to anyone else. So I think it's, how much? 2 meters. Is that how far away we have to be? Okay then. So there is, where is 2 meters? I'm trying to find 2 meters. Oh, there it is. 2 meters. So that is 2 meters. You have to stay 2 meters away. There it is, just to show you. So that is the distance that we have to keep from each other at the moment. Although, having said that, they want to reduce it to 1 meter. Can you believe it? So instead of 2 meters, they want to reduce it to 1 meter, which isn't very far at all when you think about it. I mean, if you are sitting at a table with other people, you might only be around 1 meter away from them anyway. 1 meter. So it was going to be 2 meters, but they've changed it after 13 weeks of telling us that we have to be 2 meters apart. They have told us now that they are going to reduce it to 1 meter. So you could be 1 meter away. Ooh, that man has a very noisy car. Very noisy indeed. Doesn't he know I'm trying to do a live stream here? Yes, it was 2 meters, but now it is 1 meter. We can stay 1 meter away from each other. So this, for example, let me just show you. This is too near. So that is 1 inch, 2 inches, 3 inches, 4. So there is 5 inches. So 5 inches is too close. You can't get any closer than that, or else you'll be probably kissing and hugging, you see. So 2 meters is the safe distance. I will show you again, or it was. but now they've changed it to 1 metre. So there it is, 1 metre. So that is how near you can now get to each other here in the UK. The shops have opened, not that you would know it, because here in Much Wenlock, many of the shops have decided to stay closed. They've decided not to open their businesses at all. Hello, Tanya. Hi, Tanya. Tanya Art is here. Nice to see you here as well. Yes, my name is Duncan. For those who don't know, for those who do know, yes, don't worry. There is nothing wrong with your calendar. It isn't Wednesday. It is Monday. And we have started doing business again here in the UK. Hello, Michael. Hello also, Tuan Yuin. Hello to you as well. I was a little worried today because I thought my hay fever would be bad. But fortunately, my hay fever is not too bad today. Hello also to Hectorig, watching in Argentina. Now, I know things at the moment in Argentina are not too good. And have you heard the latest about China? In Beijing, they have introduced lockdown again because there has been another outbreak in Beijing. So things have started to turn back. Things have started to become serious again. Just a few minutes I started my live stream. I've been here now for 12 minutes. So to be honest with you, you haven't missed much. You haven't missed much at all, to be honest. One of the main reasons is because there isn't much going on here. I thought all of the shops would be open, but they're not. So here in Much Wenlock, most of the shop owners have decided to keep their stores closed. However, there is a store just here that sells gifts, and they have decided to reopen. They've decided to reopen today, although I can't see many customers in there, to be honest. So there aren't many people around. I thought there would be more people shopping today. I thought so. Maybe in the large towns and the large cities, there might be lots of people actually shopping in the big department stores. But here, there are almost no shops open at the moment. You can see there is some traffic and there are people walking around. I saw the postman just. Can you please show us around? Well, one of the problems with doing this on my phone is because one of the main problems is having a good signal. So if I move my phone too far, you might actually lose the live stream. So I do have to be careful where I put my phone. So I have to make sure that there is a good signal coming through on the live stream. For those who are wondering where I am, I'm standing in the square. The square. So let's have a look, shall we? So there you can see a little bit of information about the square. So that is where I'm standing at the moment. You are standing at the hub of medieval Much Wenlock Market Centre for a wide agricultural and commercial hinterland, a place where farming and also the exchange or the sale of livestock takes place, or used to take place many years ago. So there is a little bit of information about the place where I'm standing at the moment. For those who are wondering where I am, now you know exactly where I am. I'm standing in Much Wenlock Square. Hello to Sunshine. Is that a new shirt? No, this shirt is actually quite old. I think this shirt now is around 2 years old. So I've had this shirt for nearly a couple of years, 2 years. So no, this is not a new shirt. It is, I suppose you would describe it as an old shirt. It's around about 2 years old. Hello Mosen, hello also to Tamara. It is a good idea to take a tape measure with you to keep your distance. Yes, I have to make sure that people don't get too close to me. So if anyone comes near me, I can get my tape measure out and I can make sure that they don't come too close to me. So that's it, you see, I have my tape measure ready. I can say, hey, stop getting so close to me. You must keep your social distance. So even though the shops have now reopened in many parts of England, except here in Much Wenlock, it would appear everyone has decided not to open their shops. However, the food shop around the corner is open, and also the bread shop as well. There is a bread shop just there. There it is. So that is a bread shop. And the bread shop, well, can you believe it? It's just closed. So even the bread shop has decided to close its doors. It was open a few minutes ago. That's normally where we get our bread from. On a Saturday morning, we normally get our bread from there. You might notice that there are people walking around. So you will notice in the distance there are people enjoying the beautiful sunshine because we are having the most amazing day. It's a beautiful day today, to be honest. Michael says, Mr. Duncan, can you stop getting so close to me? I'm very sorry about that. I will try to keep my social distance. You are looking good, Mr. Duncan. Thank you very much. I feel much better. I have been feeling a little unwell for the past 2 days because of my hay fever. But today, fortunately, because we've had a lot of rain, the pollen is not flying around, going up my nose, fortunately. So you can see there are some people walking around. Not many people. There are some here and there. And of course, there is also me as well, standing here talking to myself. Well, okay, I'm talking to you as well. Today's live stream is so interesting, Mr. Duncan, because it's my first time to see you are doing a live stream in the street and not your garden. Hello, Gia Nguyen. I believe you are watching in Vietnam, if I'm not mistaken. So a big hello to Vietnam. Nice to see you here as well. How are things there now? How are things with your situation? Mr. Duncan, red really does suit you, says that is the clock here in Much Wenlock at the church. The church clock is 3 minutes fast. It's still 3 minutes before 2 o'clock. So I don't know why, but it looks as if our church clock is 3 minutes fast. I think so. So now it is coming up to 2 o'clock. Not yet. The church clock was a little bit too soon, you see. A little premature. Thank you anyway for your lovely comments. Yes, this is the place in which I live. Sometimes I make videos here. Sometimes I walk around. And sometimes I film. I actually record lessons here sometimes. The only problem is if I'm doing a live stream, I have to make sure that I have a signal on my phone. So you are watching me on my mobile phone at the moment, and I have to make sure that you can actually receive my picture. Because if you can't, then it's really pointless doing it, isn't it really? Hello also to Sandra Gonzalez. Nice to see you here as well. So yes, there are some shops open at the moment. Many have decided to stay closed. So the bread shop was open, but that has just closed. There are a couple of gift shops that are open. However, there are no customers going in. There are no customers going into the shops because really there are not many people here. Tamara asks, where is Steve? Is he here with you? No, he's not. Steve, unfortunately, is working. So Steve is still at home. He's in his office, sitting in front of his desk, working very hard. So that's what Steve is doing at the moment. And I am out here doing this on a beautiful summer's day. It is so nice. I can't believe how nice the weather is. I looked at the weather forecast this morning and it said that there was going to be heavy showers and thunderstorms. So I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do this. I wasn't sure if I could come out today and do this. But fortunately, everything is all right. Everything is not too bad. I might try to move the camera slightly to give you a different view. So I have to be careful. If the signal disappears, don't go away because I will move back to where I was. So don't worry if my signal vanishes. Oh, I've got my tape measure here. I'm going to make sure that lady doesn't get too close. No, she's not getting near to me. I'm all right. I will try to move the camera slightly. So please, if I go away, if I suddenly vanish, don't panic. I will just move my camera back to where it was. So let's move slightly, shall we? Ooh, look at this. There we go. So behind me you can see one of the many shops here. This one has decided to stay closed today. Normally from here you can buy lots of snacks, lots of lovely food, also ice cream. In fact, Mr. Steve and myself, we often come in here during the summer to have an ice cream, and sometimes we come in here to have a cup of coffee. Unfortunately today this place has decided to stay closed. In fact, there is a sign on the window that says that they are open on Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. So they are not open on Mondays. They've decided to stay closed on Mondays. However, during the summer months, normally this shop is full of people. Normally there is a queue outside, people waiting to buy ice cream and other delicious things as well. And maybe somewhere in that queue is me, perhaps, maybe. Hello to the live chat. Thank you very much. What a lovely place to have a cup of coffee or an ice cream. Yes, it is. It's a very convenient place. I think that's a good word to use. It is a convenient place to stop off if you've had a walk. Maybe you've been having a long walk. Maybe you need a rest. This is a good place to come to. There is another place here just behind me. This is an art gallery. You might be able to see it. There is an art gallery just here. Also closed, by the way. So this particular gallery has also decided to stay closed today. Normally during the week it will be open, but because we have had 13 weeks of everywhere being closed, this one has decided to stay shut. It has. That's what it's done. I will come a little bit further around here. Oh, that's nice. Oh, I'm in the shade now. I like that. The sun, unfortunately, is a little bit too bright. That's better. You might not be able to see me very clearly now, but I thought I would give you an overall view of the square. So there it is, Much Wenlock Square. You can see the museum. There is the museum. There is the Guildhall. and there is the church. So that the church clock is actually there. And that is what you could hear ringing earlier on. For those who are wondering, what the hell is this? My name is Duncan, and I'm taking you on a little tour around the place in which I live, because today, well, many of the shops across the UK have decided to reopen. However, here in Much Wenlock, many shops have decided to stay closed. So you can see the traffic is not that busy. There are hardly any people walking around behind me. So it has actually been a fairly quiet day here in Much Wenlock. That's better. Oh, you can see me now. That's nice. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Is it? I'm not sure. The live chat is... Oh, hello, the live chat. What about the library? Yes, there is a library here. Just around the corner from here, there is a small library. However, just like everywhere else, over the past 3 months, it has remained shut as well. It has remained closed. Hello to J. Daniel Arquilla. Hello, Mr. Duncan. Nice program. I am Daniel from Argentina. Thanks a lot for your exposition. It is so beautiful. Excuse me for my bad English. Don't worry. Don't worry, because that is why I'm here. I am here to help you with your English studies. That is what I do normally when I'm not standing in the street talking to myself like I'm doing now. Do you ever feel afraid? Not really, no. I've got used to doing this. I don't mind standing in public talking to myself as long as I have something to say. That's the worst thing. The worst thing you can do is stand in front of the camera and have nothing to say. Maybe you are slightly afraid or nervous. So you do have to be careful sometimes. You have to make sure that you have the confidence to do this. Mr. Steve, I will be honest with you, Mr. Steve is not as confident standing in public doing this. It doesn't really bother me, to be honest, but Mr. Steve sometimes feels a little bit shy when he's standing in public and when we are doing our live streams. Although he has done it with me, he has been with me on the live streams in the past. He has. Hello to Hailey Kwang. Oh, hello, Hailey Kwang. Nice to see you back as well. I haven't seen you for a very long time. Nice to see you back here on the live stream. Yes, I'm doing a special live stream today because here in England, many shops have reopened. The only thing is that the only problem at the moment is many of the shops have decided to stay closed. So I thought there was going to be lots of people here today, but it would appear that there isn't. Where is the bakery? Oh, well, the bakery is just behind me. It's just behind me. Unfortunately, it's now closed, even though there are still people inside there. Please don't remind me of food, because I am a little bit hungry at the moment. Another problem with the lockdown, of course, is that most of the food shops, most of the cafes and restaurants are also closed as well. It's not fair. So I have to make sure that I don't become too hungry standing here, or else it might be a little bit frustrating. Tuan Nguyen, I wish I could go to your house to visit you, and also your back garden as well. Who knows? Well, I would always say, if you come to England, if you decide to go on a tour in England, why not come here to Much Wenlock? Come and visit, have a walk around, enjoy the shops, enjoy the peaceful atmosphere here in Much Wenlock, and of course across Shropshire. So the county, the large area around here is called Shropshire. So that is the county. The county is the larger district that contains the towns and sometimes the cities, the villages, the hamlets. A hamlet is a very small village that just has a few shops. Sergio says it doesn't look like London these days. No. So even though many of the shops have decided to reopen, here in Much Wenlock, most of the shops have decided to stay closed. How far away is your house from the centre of Much Wenlock? If I walk, it takes around 25 minutes. So I'm around 25 minutes from here. If I have a little walk home, it will take me 25 minutes. It looks like you are on holiday, like Boxing Day. Yes, you are right. So this is the place where Mr. Steve and myself, we used to do our Boxing Day live streams. And they are still available on my YouTube channel if you want to watch them again. For those who just joined me, yes, this is a live stream now on Monday afternoon. Hello, Capdevi, Mr. Duncan. Do you slow your speaking pace when you talk to us? Not really, no, this is how I talk normally. I don't change my speech at all. So if I meet someone in the street, I will talk like this. This is how I talk to everyone around me. Hello, good morning. How are you? Yeah, not too bad, thank you. Mustn't complain. Everything's all right. So to be honest with you, I don't change the speed of my speech at all. This is really how I speak normally. So not everyone speaks quickly. Not everyone speaks fast. Some people speak slowly. Some people speak quickly. I just happen to be one of those people who speaks at a very steady pace, especially if you teach. So if you are teaching something, you have to make sure that your students understand what you are saying. I heard that many countries have opened their shops. Yes. Well, in China, as I understand it, I was watching the news last night, and it would appear in China, in Beijing, there have been outbreaks in certain areas where the markets have been allowed to reopen. So that is something that is happening right now. It is breaking news, as they say. But here, we are trying something here in the UK, well, in England. So at the moment, in England, we have decided to ease lockdown. We've decided to let people... Oh, I can hear a police car. I wonder if they're coming for me. I don't like the sound of that. You might get to see Mr. Duncan be arrested live on YouTube. That would be quite exciting, wouldn't it? I'm surprised no one has come up to me to ask me what I'm doing. Would you please mind telling me what you are doing? And I will say I am talking to the world. I'm showing the world Much Wenlock, which I think is a very nice idea when you think about it. Yes, I think so. Hello, Palong Lee. Hello, Mr. Duncan. It is the first time to write the chat. It is a little bit strange to me that no one is wearing masks. Well, we have to wear masks if we go into an enclosed space, or, for example, if you are going to use public transport. So if you are going to go on the bus or on the train, you must put a mask on. You must. Octay says you are on Barrow Street. You are almost right, yes. Well, there is Barrow Street. So that road going there is Barrow Street, and then eventually it becomes Shinton Road. But yes, you are right. That particular bit behind me, there is Barrow Street. Well spotted. Very good. Can you please tell me about Raymond Murphy's English grammar book? Well, I've never come across it, to be honest. And I don't normally like to pass comments about other teachers or other teachers' books, to be honest. I don't think it's very fair. I've been watching yesterday's live stream, and you mentioned today's live stream as well. It's the Tree Man. Did you see the Tree Man? The Tree Man is the man who drives around this village and the town, and he cuts people's trees. Yes, I did mention the live stream yesterday, although I wasn't sure if the weather was going to be good or not, because the weather forecast said lots of thunder, lots of showers, lots of rain. A pretty typical English summer when you think about it. Fortunately, there is no rain, there is no thunder. Hello, Mr. Duncan. Greetings from Brazil. Hello, Brazil. I know at the moment things are a little serious where you are, so I hope you are taking care of yourselves. Stay safe, please. Mr. Duncan, where is your mask? I have my mask here. Yes, I have my mask. If anyone comes too close to me, I will put my mask on like this. Ta-da! See? So I don't have to worry. I can put my mask on in just a few moments. If anyone comes too near to me, there we go, I have my mask. The only problem is, it makes my glasses steam up, and then I can't see anything. So I'm taking it off. Ow. Some people said, Mr. Duncan, you look much better with your mask on. Yeah. How dare you? How dare you? You are the native English speaker who is the most easy to understand. Thank you very much. You have a gift as a teacher. That's very kind of you to say. Oh, that's such a lovely compliment. Whatever you or my teachers in my university speak English directly, it is easy for me to hear and understand. But I cannot hear clearly if it is in listening exercises. I mean, if it is recorded. Well, many years ago, I used to actually record the voices for the English listening tests when I was in China. So I used to do that quite often. And they would always encourage the people doing it, including me, to speak a little bit faster. So what we would normally do is we would read the script, we would read slowly, and then afterwards we would read it again, and we would do it a little quicker. So quite often they would have two recordings of the listening exam. So first of all, they would ask us to do it slowly, and then they would ask us to do it a little quicker. So I suppose it allows them to give you two choices. It allows you to hear something slowly, but then you can hear it a little quicker. Do you know the others? Asks Jade. When you say the others, do you mean the people around me? Well, I don't know everyone, but I'm sure some people going by might recognize me. They will say, oh look, there's that strange man who keeps talking to himself on YouTube. I have my mask ready just in case. Just in case anyone gets too near to me. I'm prepared. See, I can do it quickly. 1 second, that's all it takes. 1 second. And then my mask is in place. And I am protected from all of those dirty, disgusting germs. Oh, hello, Cat Devi. Mr. Steve was so pleased yesterday with your donation. I think Steve will be going out next week to buy a new t-shirt. I think so. No, Mr. Duncan, I think the people around you will think that you are on the telephone. Yes, maybe, maybe. I'm prepared just in case. If anyone gets too close, I will say, stand back, keep your social distance. Hey there, Mr. Duncan, says Life Blogger. Hello, Life Blogger. Nice to see you here as well. I'm doing a live stream on this very special day because today all of the shops in England are reopening. So for those who want to buy their clothes or gifts, you can now go shopping. And this morning, I was watching the news this morning. There were people queuing for very blocks and blocks and blocks of people queuing, waiting to go into the shops before they opened. Don't get too close to me. You see, I'm prepared. I'm ready. Oh, hello, handsome teacher. Do you mean me? Oh, thank you very much. Ooh, that gave me a little thrill then. Hello, Parisa. Nice to see you. Where are you watching at the moment? Where are you watching? I agree with what you say, Mika. The masks are necessary everywhere nowadays. Well, that is the reason why I have my mask. I have it ready just in case. Just in case. This is a clean mask that I put on just before starting my live stream. Jade asks, do you like shopping? I don't think you do. You are right. I don't like shopping. I don't like walking around the shops. I find the experience to be a little boring and also a waste of time as well. Especially nowadays, because if you want to buy something, you can just go on the internet and just have a few clicks. And then the next day it comes to your door as if by magic. People are coming. Stay away, keep your distance. 2 meters. 2 meters. Look, I have my tape measure to make sure that people don't get too close to me. Look, there's my tape measure. 2 meters. 2 meters. I know they are saying that you can go to 1 meter, but I prefer 2 meters. I think 2 meters is much better. Much better. So I'm making sure everyone keeps their safe distance from me. I'm starting to suffocate. That's the only problem with face masks. You can't actually breathe in them. Which kind of shop do you like to go to? A real one or the internet? Well, sometimes I buy things on the internet if I need something in a hurry, but quite often I will go shopping maybe occasionally. As I said yesterday, I'm not a person who buys things all the time. I don't buy things all the time. I don't always go shopping for clothes. So sometimes I will buy something, maybe a new item of clothes or something like that. Some new clothing, maybe a new hat or a new t-shirt. But I don't do it very often. What is the relationship between the two countries, England and Australia? Well, in the past, of course, in the past, Australia was one of the colonies the British colonies. And one of the most amazing things is, in the past, we used to send convicts, people who were convicted of crimes, we used to send them to Australia as punishment. Can you believe it? That was a long time ago, by the way. It wasn't last week. It was a very long time ago, somewhere in that bush. So that's how long ago it was. It's in that tree somewhere behind me. But nowadays, we don't do that. We don't send our prisoners. Oh, there's the policeman. There's the policeman. Did you see the policeman? There was a policeman in a police car. I think he's looking for me. As soon as somebody comes close to you, you can put your tape measure towards them. Yes, I will. That's why I have my tape measure nearby. That is the reason why. The connection, by the way, between Britain, Great Britain, the British Isles, I suppose, if you want to use that phrase, the connection is Australia used to be a colony. And there is still a very close connection between this country and Australia. So they still see the head of their country as the Queen of England. They still accept, they still say that the head of their country is the Queen of England. So that hasn't changed at all. Hello, the inventor. Hello, inventor. Have you invented something? Same to you. Have you invented something useful today, I wonder? Can you invent a face mask that doesn't make your glasses steam up? That would be very nice. Could you please invent a face mask that does not make your glasses steam up like this, you see? Zoop. No, Australia is not a puppet country. They have their own government. So they do have their own government. They are responsible for their own country. You can use a 2-meter long stick to hold people away. Don't worry, they will definitely not get close to me. My glasses are now steaming up. Can you see? My glasses are now steaming up. I can't see. How annoying is that? It's really annoying. I will be going in around about 10 minutes, so I'm only here for 1 hour. So if you want to say something, say it now. Hello, Rajat. Hello, is there discrimination by foreigners like Indians and other who go to England or the US to study or work? Well, I suppose it depends where you go. You might find that there is some prejudice in certain parts of the UK, just like anywhere else. You might find that there is prejudice. Some people see prejudice as maybe having a problem with a person's religion, or maybe their race, or maybe just simply from where they come from in the same country. Some people can be very prejudiced against those who come from another part of the UK. It's true, I'm not joking. So you can find prejudice, you can find lots of unreasonable hatred. I suppose that's the best way of putting it. And I suppose also you don't need me to explain at the moment. A lot of people have been talking about this. A lot of people are talking about this. I used to live in Wolverhampton, and Wolverhampton is very much a cosmopolitan city. There are people from all over the world, all over the planet, living in Wolverhampton. So it is a very cosmopolitan place, a mixture of people, a mixture of cultures, religious cultures, people who come from different parts of the world. They all live there. Some people do not get along with other people. However, most of the time you will find people do get along. It is always the minority that spoil it. The people who have deep-seated hatred for other people. They are always the ones that spoil it for everyone else. So not everyone is prejudiced, not everyone is racist, not everyone has a problem. I would class myself as one of those people. I don't really care where you come from. If you want to pray to your own God, it's fine by me, no problem. There are only two types of people, in my mind. Good and bad. There are people walking behind me. I have to put my mask on. So to be honest with you, yes, prejudice does exist. Yes, people can have problems. Some people's attitudes are a little out of date, let's just say. It does happen. It happens here. It happens all around the world. Sandra says, I wear glasses, but washing them with soap. And it stops them from being tarnished. Yes, I often wash my glasses. Sometimes when I clean my glasses, they are actually worse than they were before. So, do you ever do that? If you wear glasses, you will know what I'm talking about. Sometimes when you clean your glasses, afterwards they are worse than they were before. It does happen. Why aren't you wearing the face mask that Boris Johnson sent you? The reason why I'm not wearing that one is because you can't breathe. And also you won't be able to hear what I'm saying. So that's the reason why I'm using the clinical ones. So this is the sort of thing you will see in a hospital. This is personal protective equipment, PPE. You see? So quite often, if you see hospitals or people going in and out of hospital, you will often see people wearing these clinical face masks. They help to keep all those nasty things from going into your body. Do you often go to the pub? No, I'm quite unusual in that respect because I don't really go to the pub. I'm not a big drinker. I don't really drink alcohol all the time, I'll be honest with you. I don't. So no, the answer to that question is no, I don't really drink a lot of alcohol. Oh. Lalan Kumar. Hello, Lalan Kumar. Your clothes are very well matched. Yes, I think so. Even my watch. I don't know why, but even my watch matches my clothes. I think so. The only thing that doesn't match is the mask. I think I should have a red mask as well. So then maybe it will all fit together. Hello, Corrie. Hi, everybody. How are you, Mr. Duncan? I'm okay. I'm having a great time today. I'm out walking around. It's a beautiful day. The sun is shining. It's very warm. And across the UK, or at least across England, so not the whole of the UK, only England, we have reopened our shops. Isn't that amazing? We have reopened our shops. Maybe you can buy a red mask. Yes, I would like to do that. Then everything will match. All of my clothes will match. How is your eye today? It's much better, thank you very much. I was suffering from hay fever a couple of days ago, and my eye became swollen and very painful. It wasn't very nice, but Interesting. Someone went by on a bicycle then, showing off, doing some tricks on their bike. This is not the mask that was sent to you. No, it isn't. I've decided not to wear that mask because it's too thick. You can't hear what I'm saying. If I wear that mask, you won't be able to hear what I'm saying. And also, it's too uncomfortable. So instead, I'm wearing my clinical mask instead. So I'm putting this mask on. So this one is much more comfortable. The only problem is, of course, it makes your glasses steam up. And then you can't see anything. It is rather annoying, to say the least. There is a church in your town. Yes, there is. Just around the corner. Behind me, there is a church. Trinity Church is what it's called. Ah, Anna, that's a very good idea. Mr. Duncan, you can also use your mask to protect you from hay fever. I like that. Yes, that's a good idea. Can you believe I didn't even think about that? That's a great idea. Yes, I suppose I could also use my face mask to protect me from all of the pollen that's flying around. That's a great idea. My hay fever today is not too bad. It's much better, thank you, because last night we had a lot of rain, so all of the pollen has suddenly disappeared. So it's great. Richard says in Argentina the lockdown will continue until the 12th of July. So you still have around 4 weeks before you return to normal, whatever that is. You are gorgeous today because you are wearing red. A lot of people seem to think that red suits me. Thank you very much. I've never really been very fond of red. However, I don't know why. When I wear red, it seems to suit me. It suits me. Tamara asks, do you ever visit the church? Well, I visit the church, but I don't go to the church to pray because I'm not religious, you see. I don't have any religious beliefs. So I don't go to church. I visited the church. It's a very nice church. I'm fascinated by old buildings, old churches, old castles, old monuments. They fascinate me because they are a tangible thing, something you can touch. You can actually put your hand on an old building. You are literally touching the past. So that's one of the reasons why old buildings fascinate me, because you can actually touch them. You can put your hand on something that has been around maybe for 100 years, 500 years, or even 1,000 years. Isn't that incredible? What type of faith do you have, Mr. Duncan? I don't have any religious beliefs. I'm not a religious person. I don't pray. I don't have any beliefs. I suppose I'm a person who believes in the moment that I'm in, which is right now. So I always try to make the most of every moment. And then tomorrow morning when I wake up, I will always have a smile on my face, and I will think about all the people who didn't wake up. I will think about all the people who will not see the new day. And I will consider myself to be very lucky indeed, because I get to do this all over again. Do you like Turner, the painter? Turner, yes, he was a big fan of clouds and he liked painting landscapes, although I am more a Constable or a Van Gogh, to be honest. I do like Van Gogh. Van Gogh's paintings are interesting because they are not just pictures of things, but they are also almost three-dimensional, because Van Gogh had a habit of putting the paint onto the canvas really thickly. He would often use his fingers and put the paint onto the canvas very thickly. So if you ever look closely at a Van Gogh painting, you will see not only the picture, and quite often he painted his pictures in an abstract way, but you can also see the shape as well. They are almost three-dimensional. Mr. Turner is English. There was a film, there was a movie that came out about the life of Mr. Turner. Where do you think you will go when you die? Well, I suppose I will go back to the same place I came from before I was born, you see. I've been there before, so it doesn't really worry me. I'm not afraid of dying, to be honest. It doesn't really bother me too much, because it didn't bother me before I was alive, so I guess it's not going to be much trouble after. It's not going to be much bother after. I have to keep my mask on. I keep forgetting. There are some people just behind me, you see. You can't see them, but there are some people just behind me. I have to be careful. So no, I always think to myself, before I was born, I don't remember anything. And I would imagine, after I'm dead, the feeling will be pretty similar. So it didn't bother me before, and I don't think it will bother me afterwards either, because I will be in exactly the same situation. No longer existing. Do-do-do-do. I didn't think we were going to talk about such big topics today. Mosen says, I respect your opinion. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Respect is a simple word, and yet it can have a very deep meaning or a deep feeling, especially when one person gives it to another person. So no, I don't worry too much. If you want to pray, if you want to believe, you can believe anything you want. You can. Mr. Duncan, do English people use will in the present tense? We often use will to show something we intend to do, something that we have an intention of doing. So I will see you tomorrow. Yes, I will. So quite often we will also say that something that is affirmative or definite. I will. I will. And also you can say the will of a person, which is another thing altogether. So your strong desire is also your will. So you can actually use that word in more than one way. You have the will to do something. You have the motivation, the feeling inside to do something. Your will. Lydia asks, where were you born? I was born in Staffordshire, which is not very far away from here, another county which is very nearby to Shropshire. Mr. Duncan, are you a good dancer? I'm not sure about that. One thing I'm very sure of, I'm not going to do any dancing today. No dancing in the streets. Definitely not. I will be going in a moment. 1 hour and 4 minutes I've been on talking to you, so I will be going soon. I hope you've enjoyed this unusual live stream today. Thanks for this special live stream. Please take care and have a good afternoon. I will try my best to have a good day, and I hope you will as well. Roma. Hello, Roma. Nice to see you here. I like writing songs. Could you tell me, is it okay for a sad song? We looked my puppy in every cranny and nook. You might say we looked for my puppy in every nook and cranny. Nook and cranny. Nook and cranny. Small spaces, places that are hard to reach. Nook and cranny. That means you are looking everywhere for something. You are looking everywhere. Speaking of dancing, will you please dance the Jazz in Paris song? Maybe. Maybe. We will see what happens. We will see how much energy I have next week. Can you please go into a bar and have a coffee or tea? No, unfortunately, they're all closed. So the cafes and restaurants at the moment are still closed. They are still shut. However, the shops, many of the clothes shops, gift shops, have actually reopened. They are open again. Open for business. I hope you've enjoyed this live stream. Thanks for watching me. I thought I would show you the excitement of the reopening of Much Wenlock. Isn't it exciting? Unfortunately, most of the shops have decided to stay closed. Ooh, it's too hot. It's too hot to wear a mask. If I have to wear a mask, I will. If I don't have to wear a mask, I won't. What time is it in your country, Mr. Duncan? It is now 2:45. Would you like to see? Here it is. Here's my watch, just to show you that the time is now 2:45, 2:45 on a Monday afternoon. I was hoping to see lots of people going in and out of the shops, but unfortunately there are no people because many of the shops have decided to stay closed. Unfortunately, they have decided to stay closed. How many people live in Much Wenlock? Around 5,000. So the population of this place, and that is the whole area of Much Wenlock, including me, I am on that number. So that number also includes me as well. Around 5,000. So it is a small town, which is what most people describe this place as. They say that Much Wenlock is a small town. Where are you going now, Mr. Duncan? Well, I will go back home and I will make a cup of tea. That's what I'm doing next. So I will make a cup of tea. Maybe Mr. Steve will want a cup of tea as well. So that's what I'm doing. I will be going back home and have a cup of tea. Maybe I will sit in the garden and enjoy this lovely sunshine. So that answers your question, I hope. What do you think about Islamic religion? I don't really have any strong feelings either way. Again, I suppose it would be easy to assume that maybe I have some negative thoughts, but I don't. If you want to believe in something, if you have a belief, I will respect that belief. But of course, I will also expect the same thing in return. So as I always say, respect is a two-way street. Respect goes both ways. So that is the way I look at the world. Some people might think it's very simple, maybe too simple. But if you are a good person, then you are fine by me. What will you take with a cup of tea? Will you have a Jaffa cake or a cookie? I don't know. I might have some biscuits. Yes. When I have a cup of tea, sometimes I like to dunk my biscuit in the tea. There are some cyclists behind me. Can you see the cyclists? There are some cyclists cycling around behind me. They might come here and say hello, I don't know. So there are lots of people cycling today, as you can see as well. They are out and about enjoying this lovely sunshine. I think they are taking a rest. They are having a little break. I will say one thing, I think today is a little bit too hot for cycling. I think so. So there they go. Bye. Bye, cyclists. Bye. They've gone now. Thank you very much for your company today. I am safe, I am healthy, I am happy. And I hope you are feeling the same way as well. I can't stand masks even in the picture, says Sunshine. Well, I don't like wearing masks unless I have to. So if I'm told that I have to wear a mask, I will put it on like this. However, if there are no people around, like now, I will take it off. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. Thank you very much for your company. Do you watch World Wrestling? Do I watch wrestling? No, I don't. I don't like wrestling for two reasons. One, sometimes it appears a little violent. I think there's more violence in the crowd than in the ring. And also the fact that a lot of it is fake as well. It's not real. They're all pretending to jump on each other. So no, I don't really watch wrestling, to be honest. I've never really had much interest in wrestling. I've certainly never tried it. Could you imagine me trying to be a wrestler? Dear. They would snap me in half like a matchstick. Thank you, Mr. Duncan. Enjoy your time. I'm being attacked by a wasp. Thank you, Mr. Duncan. Enjoy your time. I will. I will try to enjoy the rest of the day. I have another one of these wonderful things to enjoy. Another day of this thing we call life. Very nice. Isn't it lovely? Nice to see how quickly you put on and take off your mask, like you are a gunslinger. Yes, I suppose so. You could have maybe two people dueling with their masks. Who can put their face mask on quicker? Maybe Clint Eastwood could make a new movie. That was fast, very fast. I have to go now, says Tuan Nguyen. I will also have to go as well. I'm going, yes, I am going. I'm going back home to see what Mr. Steve is doing. If you enjoyed this, please give me a like. Thumb, there it is. Give me a lovely big like to say that you like it. And maybe you can share this as well. Or maybe also you can subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. This is something nice. There is too much hatred. There is too much discrimination. People sometimes want to have problems and trouble and violence and hatred. But sometimes it is possible just to be happy, just to have a smile on your face for no reason, like this. Take care, Mr. Duncan. Thank you, Corey. Thank you very much for your company today. Don't forget, give me a lovely thumbs up. Give me a thumb. And subscribe as well. Take care of yourself, Mr. Duncan. I always do. I always try to take care of myself. Thank you, Michael. See you later. Take care, everyone. Stay safe and stay happy. This is Mr. Duncan in the birthplace of the English language. That is, of course, England. saying thank you for watching me today. I hope you've had a good time. I hope you've had an interesting live stream. I hope it has been interesting for you. And now it is time to say goodbye. See you later. I will be back with you on Wednesday. I'm back on Wednesday from 2 p.m. UK time. Wednesday, 2 p.m. UK time. Wednesday, 2 p.m. UK time. Catch you later. I'm going to walk back home now. Enjoy the rest of your day. Stay happy. Stay cheerful. Keep that smile on your face. Thank you very much, Mr. Duncan. Thank you, Tamara. Thank you, Parisa, Alessandra, Jade. Thank you very much for your company today. My glasses are steaming up again. Oh, I see. I think the problem is I have my mask on upside down. Very nice. There we go. What is that sign behind you? This is the sign that tells the tourists what this area is. It is talking or describing this particular area, which is the square. So the place I'm in at the moment is the town square in Much Wenlock. See you later. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm definitely going now. Thank you, Freddie. Thank you, Corey. See you later. And of course, until the next time we meet here on YouTube, you know what's coming next. Yes, you do. Ta-ta for now.